Hey everybody, Sam here with a little bonus for the main feed. We're dropping a stray grain that we cut from our episode with our buddy Tim Goldsabertooth in our recent episode 123. And y'all know that we love Tim. He's a fantastic artist, whether it's his tokens, his playmats, or his t-shirts. He's just producing fantastic art for the Magic the Gathering community. And with that in mind, we wanted to let you know that Tim actually has a Kickstarter going on right now. Haha, yep. It's an ad. Gotcha. but seriously, listen, because it's a really, really fantastic Kickstarter. As we mentioned on our episode with Tim, he talked about how he does his playmats in these short runs. So he'll design it, he'll print a certain amount, he'll send them out. And then once they're out in the world, people start to see them. And he's sort of like, yeah, but I don't really have those in stock anymore. They're not really for sale anymore. Well, that's where this Kickstarter comes in. So Tim is using this Kickstarter as a way to reprint a bunch of his playmats that were incredibly popular in the past with some updated art, mainly cutting Dockside Extortionist out, rest in piss. But there's also some new playmats that are exclusive to the Kickstarter as well. So some of the playmats you can get are Roger and Silas, Timna and Thrasios, Krarkashima, Magda, Kinnan, Timna and Crom, and Korvold. And then there's also some exclusive playmats as well. A Nagila playmat, a Sisse playmat, you know I want that one, a Yuriko playmat. And then, of course, there's tons of stickers, t-shirts, a bunch of fun add-ons and things like that, depending on whatever tier you check out. So there's 9 days left in this Kickstarter. So if you haven't jumped on it, definitely do it. These playmats are gorgeous. The art is beautiful. And Tim is just an awesome person that deserves your support. You know, we really like to support artists in the Magic the Gathering community, and Tim is one of my favorites out there. So definitely check out the Kickstarter. We will have a link below. So with that, we'll get into the stray grain now. We hope that you enjoy this little appetizer for our episode with Tim. If you haven't listened to that, after you listen to this, jump back to episode 123 and get the full ep with Tim. This really captures how silly he is, how wise he can be, and kind of just all of that melded into one. It's a nice one, a little shorty for all you folks out there. And if you've never heard of stray grain before, well, enjoy the peek into our Patreon content, because there's a ton of stray grains on our Patreon right now. So, hey, if that's interesting, you can check that out too. Haha, gotcha. It's 2 ads. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, let's start the stray grain. Stray grains. Salt in cEDH with Tim Goldsabertooth.
I think that's the big misconception about cEDH, actually. I think there's more hurt feelings in high power and lower power pods.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. I would argue the opposite. I think there's more feel bads in cEDH because one person plays a card at the wrong time and the whole pod can lose their shit over it.
Yeah.
Versus being like, you drew too many cards, your deck's too strong. It's like, why'd you crack that fetch land at that moment? You bastard. And it just is like,
I think that's a growing up moment for people.
It'll happen eventually to me.
Here's the thing, Sam. It's like, that's the folly and the fun of cEDH. You're doing something at it's like the most competitive you can be, but like, it's not solved. And it's like, there's the human element and there's error and there's mistakes. Like Magic is like a game where you're striving towards like optimization, with you're just like you're organic, hungry, sleepy, farty human being. Like, you're going to make mistakes. And like, that's part of the game. Like, people make mistakes. I can't stand listening to podcasts where people are like, oh, I was in this pod and this person totally king me by playing the wrong stacks me the wrong time. Like,
you're in the wrong place, dude.
He's failing. Up, man.
He's failing.
Yeah, you're failing. You're passing in my book. But
you know what I mean, though,
that's our whole show, Tim. Yeah. Come on.
No, that's not your show. Your show is actually...
You're about to hear 3 salty stories where people do exactly that.
No. I want to hear salty stories, because what I mean is, though, in the same way that like Magic is a pressure valve for like human aggression, I think that like we also need to vent, and that's why your podcast is so successful. Is you give a healthy and humorous forum for venting, which is a natural part of the game. And my brother was like vending for me at Punt City tournament, and I was like playing. So I do something really like totally unhinged. I vend, like draw and sell stuff, but also play in the events. Yeah, and it's like totally crazy. But I like burning the wick at both ends because I'm unhinged.
You get twice the light.
It's fun.
Exactly.
That's what I say to my wife all the time. I'm like, burn the candle at both ends, you get twice the light.
Double the light, baby.
What's not to like, you know? The room's twice as bright.
But my brother was saying, he's like, I come back to like the table, and I think I was like, went to the restroom and got my deck box and reported to the judge. I'm coming back, and my brother's sitting there like trapped, like his eyes are glazed over, and this guy's like, yeah, anyway, so like they put breach on the stack, and the Grafdigger's case had been out for like 3 turns at that point, and like the whole table was like, you could take it back, and I was like, no, he can't take it back because like I already drew off a Ristic, and then and the guy's like giving my brother this bad beat story. My brother has like no idea, like he doesn't play any Magic, and like the guy like walks off, and he's just like, yeah, it just really kind of sucked, and my brother's like. My brother's like, I didn't know what to say. I'm like, just be like, yeah, man,
dude.
that sucks, dude. I don't know. That sucks, dude. That sucks. And he's like, what? I don't know to say anything else. I'm like, no, just, it's not even about anything you say. It's just, they've got to get off their chest.
Yeah.
It's like someone talking 100%. About their dreams. You don't need to really
like crazy dream, dude.
You just need to listen. Yeah, you're just like, oh wow. You're like, but it was like kind of like Chuck E. Cheese, but it was also like I can't really explain it.
Like in a
I was like
way.
talking to my wife, but she was like really small.
But she was kind of different though, It
was weird. She was like made of wax.
In like a dream way.
Like, I mean, she was a mouse, but I knew it was my wife.
Where have we got?